Welcome back to the Raising Our Vibration podcast, where we explore higher consciousness through spiritual practice. And today we continue our series on Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now, using it as a springboard into practice. And our subject today is why we get stuck and how to be free. Okay, so what do we mean by stuck? At the very beginning of The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle talks about this fundamental shift in identity that he experienced. And the shift can be described in many ways, but you could say that it's about shifting from being identified with the mind, with conceptual reality, and the body, which is body as a concept, as a sense of separate self, to being identified with or resting as this vast open presence, being itself or awareness itself. So that's beautifully laid out in The Power of Now. And so many of people have read this and gotten it on a conceptual level. And it's a different thing, though, to actually experience this shift, to live from this shift in identity. And that's where practice comes in. It really takes a persistent and ongoing practice to kind of unravel the bonds of our mind-centered conceptual reality and to rest in being. So our culture is having a real hard time with this shift, with being stuck in the mind. And one of the main reasons is these little guys right here, these screens that we are so immersed in, that so grab our attention. And you can think of these as extensions of your mind. It's like your mind in your hand, and you're engaged in the conceptual reality that's presented here. And in many ways, we're living in this reality. We so identify with the information that's here, but also with our representation on social media and on screens and in devices in this virtual reality. And it's very compelling, right? It really draws us in. It seems to be so important. And yet, what does it do but further solidify this identification with the mind and with living in conceptual virtual reality? So what does Eckhart Tolle have to say about this? So let's read a few quotes from The Power of Now, and then we're going to use that as a springboard into practice, and a practice to be free, to recognize the stuckness, which is important, and to be free. So Eckhart says, to be identified with your mind is to be trapped in time. The compulsion to live almost exclusively through memory, the past, and anticipation, the future. The past gives you an identity, right? So if you think of your self-image, it's all about memories you have, and very selected memories that you have from your past. So you can see, if you look at that, inquire into that a little bit, that really it's very selective. Which memories do you choose? Which ones are you ignoring? Okay, you kind of selectively choose memories, and then you say, oh, well, that's who I am. But that's a really fabricated sense of self. And ultimately, it's completely constructed and false. This is the past that gives us a sense of identity. And the future holds the promise of salvation, of fulfillment in whatever form. So think of, maybe you're not feeling good now, but you think, oh, well, when this happens, then I'll feel better. And that's always out in the future, right? But as Eckhart says, both are illusions. Now, when we're stuck in mind identification, there's all kinds of emotions associated with that. He goes on to say, unease, anxiety, tension, stress, worry, all forms of fear are caused by too much future and not enough presence. Guilt, regret, resentment, grievances, sadness, bitterness, and all forms of non-forgiveness are caused by too much past and not enough presence. Okay, so the mind and mind identification, the past and the future, that's our trap. That's where we're stuck. So how do we be free? The practice of presence. So Eckhart says, make it a habit to monitor your mental emotional state through self-observation. I am at ease in this moment, or am I at ease in this moment, is a good question to ask yourself frequently. Or you can ask, what's going on inside me at this moment? So direct attention into your body and just seeing what's present here. And once you detect that there is a low level of unease or tension, some kind of background static, see in what way you are avoiding, resisting, or denying life by denying the now. So beautifully put by Eckhart. And let's use that to lead us into a simple practice. So I'm going to just guide us into this practice of monitoring our inner state. And then Stephen's going to take off from there and guide us into present moment awareness. So let's just find a comfortable seat. You can rest your hands in your lap and sit nicely upright so you're alert, yet relaxed. Relax your shoulders down. To rest your palms in your lap. Perhaps you want to cup them in your lap with the tips of your thumbs touching lightly. And let's lightly close our eyes. And just inquire into your inner state right now. So just notice what's going on inside. So you might notice thoughts. And here we're not trying to stop thinking, not trying to stop thoughts, just notice any thoughts. Is there any mental talk? And notice emotions, feelings. Does that mental talk, if there is any, go with any emotion? When we think certain ways, we feel certain ways. So just notice the feeling tone inside. And just notice any body sensations. So do you feel any tension or any unease inside? Again, we're not trying to fix or change anything or push anything away. We're just opening up to whatever is present. So is there any tension or unease? What's going on inside? Just notice, allow. Is there any resistance? Is there any irritation with this practice? Just notice. Whatever is present is fine. Is it possible to just be open? Just notice. Accept whatever is present. And you may notice that as you simply accept and allow whatever is present, including resistance or irritation or unease, that your acceptance, your allowing, your openness makes a difference. You may notice a shift in your inner state as you simply accept and open and recognize, acknowledge what is present. It's all just information about what's going on inside. So just notice it and feel it. Welcome it, whatever it is. Now I'll pass over to Stephen, who's going to guide us into some different facets of present moment awareness.
As you rest gently in this awareness of what is, just simply allow the isness of all things to flow. We're going to do this through our sensory awareness first. I'm going to get you to open your eyes. So open your eyes gently. Don't look at the screen. Simply be aware of everything around you and take in everything that you see with a sense of appreciation and awe and freshness. Use your senses fully. Simply be where you are. Look around, just look. Simply look. Don't interpret, just see what's present. See the light. See all the shapes. See the colors free of labels or names. Feel into the textures. You don't need to focus or concentrate on anything. You're allowing your entire field of vision to be fully exactly where you are. You're just here, present. While this field of vision manifests within this open space of awareness. So simply relax into that space of awareness and allow the experience of seeing, this looking, to unfold naturally and spontaneously as you rest in awareness, and as you rest in the knowing of looking. Now you can gently close your eyes if you wish and bring awareness to what you hear. Listen to the sounds. Don't judge them. What sounds are present in your awareness? Just notice them. Notice the sounds without focusing or trying to focus on sounds. Simply view them as waves on the surface of pure awareness. So just be this open expanse, this knowing, and allow the experience of hearing these sounds to happen. Simply allowing all sounds to happen within this field of awareness. If there's any shred of effort here, drop the effort. And let go of all attempts to control sound or hearing. Just allow the hearing to happen effortlessly and spontaneously. All we're doing is letting this experience of sounds to unfold naturally. The experience of hearing unfolds naturally while we stay connected to this simple awareness of what's present. So there's no effort. And now listen to the silence underneath the sounds. Be aware of the silent presence of everything. Be aware of this place that allows everything simply to be. Be aware of the silence underneath the sounds. Now bring your awareness to breathing and notice your breathing. Just simply conscious breathing. Entering this inner body awareness by starting with the breath. Just breathing consciously and noticing the breath. It might even be a little deeper than your normal breathing. It might be easy and quick to do this by dropping awareness into your abdomen, all the way into your abdomen. Bringing your conscious attention to the abdomen as it rises slightly, feeling like it's full of air, riding the breath. And when it's full, maybe hold it just for a few seconds, just to notice the energy before you start the exhalation. And then the end of the out breath and that calm point, stillness. And then the start of the in breath again. And the pause. Starting the out breath. And noticing the end of the out breath with the still point, where the in breath hasn't started again. And then the in breath again. In that moment when you hold it, you can begin to feel now energy spreading into other parts of the body. So now let your awareness absorb in the body. You can feel energy here spreading into your legs, down into your feet, into your hands, all the way up the spine, and into your head. So just with these few breaths, we're deep in the body. Beginning to become aware of the isness of all things. The isness of the body simply by being present in the body. There's a different perception. Maybe the sensations are clearer or brighter or more vibrant. Maybe you can also be aware of the space around the body. The energy right on the surface of your skin and in the hairs. And in the spaciousness around your body. There's a vibrancy here. You're aware of something invisible, an essence, and in the spirit, if you like. You recognize that maybe you've never really felt the body before or felt the space around it. As you're feeling into the body and using the awareness of the energy in the body to be aware of the energy around the body, space around the body. The walls of your room, the ceilings, the floor that your feet are placed on. And then the space around that in your neighborhood. You're simply resting in the now. Awareness of the now. Perceiving what is the isness of what's present. Your body sensations. The space your body's sitting in, the space around your house or apartment without the screen of the mind. There's just this awareness of being. This awareness of the isness of being. Just simply being present with this timeless dimension. And with this timelessness comes a different kind of knowing. Just a knowing of what's present, a knowing of isness, of the sacredness and the mystery of life itself. And within this isness is deep love, deep reverence for all that is. It's a knowing. Is this knowing, this deep, sacred presence, this love? A knowing of which the mind knows nothing. The mind cannot know this isness. It can just know the facts and information about the body or your space. Just knows labels and judgment and facts and opinions. But here you're knowing directly what's present. The sensations in your body. The energy in your body and around your body. The sensations of your breathing. The vibrancy and brightness and sound and in what you see. The sacredness of all of life. Right now, you're just simply allowing the isness of all things, resting deeply in the now, simply knowing what's present, allowing everything to be within and without. It's rest now in this now, in the isness of all things, in deep silence and stillness and presence. Thank you, everyone, for your presence, for the power of now in every moment. Thank you, Kevin, always for your pristine guidance, your guidance and love.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you for that beautiful practice. I don't know if you noticed, but my phone wanted to be heard there for a moment. It's very persistent, that extension of the mind, right? It's always trying to pull me to pay attention to it. It's nice just to allow it to be within this vast openness. Thank you all for participating with us. Thank you for your practice. And if you'd like more information on meditation, subtle energy meditation, and awareness practices like this, you can visit raisingourvibration.net. And we'd love to hear from you there. Until next time, bye for now.